Hello everyone, I Kundan Chandrakar welcome you all to the SWAYAM online course lecture on demolition method for building. Now coming today's lecture, in this video we are going to learn about various modern methods of demolition work. Here are the contents part. These contents will be covered in our lecture. The first one is a introduction, second is a definition, building demolition process, safety measures during demolition of building structure, demolition method for building, demolition method for other structure and demolition checklist. Let us discuss introduction part. Demolition of building and structure are required for various reasons. Demolition method and processes for building and other structure are described. As we know that every design of a building or structure has a lifespan known as design life. The building is designed considering a span of life say 80 to 100 years. When this design life of the building is over, the structure is not safe for living and neighboring building. There can be more reasons for demolition of a building, like old structure are to be replaced by new ones. The structure lost its stability or having any structural damage, like small structure are demolished to build big structure, etc. Let us discuss definitions part. Demolition. The word of demolition means destruction, breaking down or removal. Demolition of building is the process of dismantling or destroying of a structure after its life of serviceability by pre-planned and controlled method. Implosion. When explosives are used in demolition of a building, it is termed as implosion. Let us discuss building demolition process. Different steps are involved in this process of demolition of building structure, which are surveying, removal of hazardous material, preparation of plan, safety measures. Let us discuss the important point is a surveying of building for demolition. Surveying means study of different parameters of the structure and its surrounding. There are two types of surveying are mainly conducted. They are building surveying. The first one is a structural surveying and the second is a building surveying. In survey of a building for demolition, following process are carried out: type of structure material used of building prior and present during demolition, the presence of wastewater, hazardous material, parameter arise with toxic chemicals, flammable or explosive and radioactive material, etc. The next important point is a drainage condition and possible problem on water pollution, flooding and erosion. Shared facilities with adjoining building including common staircase, partitions, walls, adjoining pedestrian and vehicular traffic conditions, the sensitivity of neighborhood with respect to noise, dust, vibration and traffic impact. Let us discuss the structural survey part. In structural survey, following process are involved in demolition. The first is the method of construction. Second is the structural system and structural condition of basements, underground tanks and underground walls. The next point is the original structure system employed in the design, and the next is the condition of the building. Let us discuss another important point is that removal of hazardous material. If hazardous material like asbestos, minerals, petroleum contamination and radioactive metal are found in the investigation of the site for demolition, specialized personnels are called to the removal of hazardous material from the site prior to the demolition of structure. Let us discuss the hazardous material. If hazardous material such as asbestos containing material, petroleum containing material and radioactive containing material, this material are especially shall be referred asbestos contained material specialists shall be employed to take samples and cause such samples to be tested for asbestos containing material. In the case when asbestos containing material are discovered, a specialist contractor shall be employed to remove such asbestos containing materials. The asbestos 12 wastage should be handled, stored and disposal of a chemical waste in according with the Waste Disposal Ordinance and Waste Disposal Regulations. Let us discuss soil contamination material. In the case when possible soil contamination material is present, a specialist shall be employed to prepare soil contamination test proposal and submit such proposal to the Environmental Protection Department for comment. Upon agreement by the Environmental Protection Department and competent of the test, a soil contamination assessment shall be submitted to the Environmental Protection Department for acceptance. In the case when remedial work are required, the remedial proposal shall be submitted to the Environment Protection Department for approval. Prior to implementation of such remedial work, let us discuss the important point is that preparation of demolition plan for structure. A detailed demolition plan is made which installated the different processes involved in their are. The first point is the location of building to be demolished, the distance from the building to the demolished to its adjacent building, street, structure and significant street furnitures, the structural support system of a building, a plan showing the procedure of a demolition of the building, detailed sequencing of demolished structure member and the method of demolished to be adopted. A plan showing all precautionary measures for the protection of the public including hoarding, cover walking, catch platforms, catch fence, scaffolding, protective screen and safety net. The next important point is the method of handling demolished building debris, that is the important debris handling process. Let us discuss the important point is that safety measure during demolition of building structure. All the workers, site supervisor and engineer including plant and equipment operation are briefly with the potential hazards and process of demolition. All goods that are flammable are removed from the site unless it is a use in the work involved. All the flammable material like wood, timber, fuels, etc. are stored in proper storage facility. Firefighting appliances are stations in the demolition site till the process is completed. Due to the demolition of structure, many problems are faced by the worker such as exposed to dust, chemical expose, heat stress and ventilation, noise exposure, medical and first aid facilities, sanitation and occupational disease. To overcome this problem, suitable measures are undertaken. Let us discuss the another main important point is that demolition method for building. The choice of the demolition method for the building depending upon various factors including the building size, structure characteristics, location, surrounding environment and project goals. Here are the several common method of demolishing building. The first one is a manual demolition. Manual demolition involve using handheld tool like sledgehammer, jackhammer and cutting torch to the dismantle a building piece by piece. This method is suitable for smaller structure or for selectively removing specific building component. Its labor intensive and time consuming allow for careful deconstruction and salvage of materials. Let us talk about the another types, that is mechanical demolition. Mechanical demolition utilize heavy machinery such as excavators, bulldozer, cranes and wrecking ball to bring down a building. It is effective for large structure and can be faster than manual hand. Careful planning is required to ensure safety and minimize debris and dust. Let us discuss the another main important types, that is selective demolition. Selective demolition is the controlled method used when certain parts of building need to be removed while preserving others. It is commonly used in re-innovative and remodeling project where specific selection and elements must be retained. Let us talk about the another important point, that is impulsion. Impulsion is a dramatic method in which strategically placed explosives are used to bring down a building by causing it is a collapse involved. It requires precious engineering and safety measures to protect adjacent structure and control the direction of the collapse. Impulsion is typically used in urban area with limited space for debris dispersal. Let us talk about the another important point, is that deconstruction. Deconstruction is a method focused on carefully disassembling a building to salvage material for reuse and recycling. It is involved systematically dismantling the structure, removing material like wood, brick or metal for resale or recycling. Deconstruction is chosen when there is desire to reduce waste and environmental impact. Let us talk about the another main point, is that high reach excavator. High reach excavator are specialized machines which extended arm equipment with various attachments such as shears or hydraulic hammers. They are used to systematically demolish tall building from the top down, floor by floor. This method is suitable for structure in densely populated areas. Let us talk about the another main important point, is that crane and balls. A crane and wrecking ball can be used to strike the building repeatedly until its collapse. It is a respectively quick method for small building, but it can produce a significant amount of noise and dust. Let us talk about the another point, is that hydraulic breakers and crushers. Hydraulic breakers and crusher attached to excavator are used to break up concrete and masonry structure. This method is suitable for building with reinforced concrete component. Let us talk about the another topics, is that fire. In rare cases, controlled fire can be used to weaker and collapse a building. Fire demolition required strict control and safety measures to prevent uncontrolled fire and damage to nearby structure. The selection of the most appropriate demolition method depends on a thorough assessment of specific building and project requirement, safety environment consideration, cost and desirable and result all the play crucial role in determining the best demolition approach. It is important to consult with demolition expert and engineer to make an informed decision and ensure the safety and success of the project. Additionally, compliance with the all relevant regulation and permit is essential. Let us discuss the another main important point, that is demolition method for building and other structure. There are two types of demolition method used for building and structure. The first is a non-explosive demolition and the second is a explosive demolition. Here are the diagram of demolition technique. Demolition technique is that two types, engineering demolition and the second is a non-engineering demolition. Engineering demolition, there are also be three types. First one is a mechanical method, impulsion method and deconstruction technique, and the other non-engineering demolition is that the types of only one is that manual demolition. Let us discuss briefly about the mechanical method. Mechanical method is that various types First one is a raking method, pushed arm technique. Third one is a thermic lens technique, non-explosive demolition, concrete sewing method, deliberate collapse method, pressure jetting method, or bursting. Let us discuss briefly about manual demolition. The first point, it is suitable for demolition of small building. Tool required for manual demolition: hammer, picks, wire cutter, welding cutter, hand driven hydraulic jacks. Let us discuss briefly about non-explosive demolition method. It means the demolition of structure done with some equipment without the use of any explosive. Different equipment used for the demolition activities are: the first one is a sledgehammer. It is a small handheld hammer used for the demolition of small wall or single column. Second is a excavator and bulldozer. These are big machines used to demolish building of small size. They are used for excavator of soil and transferring of debris to the truck. The third is a wrecking ball. The building with the greater height of 6 to 7 story cannot be demolished with the help of excavator or bulldozer. In such case, crane with wrecking ball are used to perform the demolition activity. The wrecking ball crack attached with the hug steel ball hanging from the steel ropes. The steel ball is pulled and released towards the building. The steel balls with force strike the building and the parts of building is demolished. This method is not recommended as trajectory of the steel ball cannot be controlled. After its strike the structure, here are the diagram of wrecking ball structure. Let us discuss briefly about high reach excavator. High reach excavator machines are used in demolition for tall buildings where demolition by explosion it is not possible. The building of height up to 300 feet can be demolished by this type of machine. High reach excavator can be used for different use by doing some attachment such as excavator with shearing attachments, excavator with shearing attachment, hydraulic hammer and remove steel reinforcement. Let us discuss briefly about the sequence of demolition. This sequence is the important point for step by step demolition process. Let us discuss the each and every point one by one. The first point is the all cantilever structure shall be demolished first. Before demolished roof, all water tank and lift room shall be demolished. Demolished of floor slab shall be begun at mid span and processed toward the supporting beam. The order of demolition of floor beam shall be followed: cantilever beam, secondary beam and primary beam. Non-loading bearing wall and partition wall shall be removed prior to demolition process. Column and load bearing wall shall be demolished after remove of beam on top. Let us discuss ball and crane. This is one of the oldest and most commonly used method of building demolition. A crane use of wrecking ball weight up to 6120 kg, which is either dropped into or swing into the element to be demolished. The ball is made from the forged steel, which means the steel is not cast into the mold in molten state. It is formed under very high pressure while the steel is red hot, soft but not molten, to compress and to strengthen it. Concrete member can be broken into a small piece, but secondary cutting of reinforcing may be necessary. Here are the image of vertical drop method. Let us discuss the important point, that is advantage and disadvantage of ball and crane method. Let us discuss advantage point. To demolish roof and other horizontal span, two wrecking ball are still used when demolished may not be possible due to local environmental issues or asbestos building content. Let us talk about disadvantage. But the first one is it depends a great deal of skill from a crane operator. The height of the building that can be demolished is limited by crane size and racking room. However, buildings as high of 20 stories have been demolished. The third one is the break-up process can cause considerable dust, vibration and noise which may be objectionable. Let us talk about the important point is dismantling. Selective demolition or of complete concrete structure is possible by cutting elements and then removing them with the crane. The cutting process may be by sowing, water, jetting or thermal lens. Because the surface of the cut concrete is smooth and relatively regular. This method have particular applications when the objective is partially demolished. For instance, in the creation of opening in wall and slabs. Cutting with the water jet minimize eye dust and eliminate vibrations and fire hazards and obstructive and water catching system. It requires to clean up during the jetting process. The next point is a hydro demolition used a high pressure supersonic water jet that penetrates the processes of cracks and concrete to build up when it the internal pressure. Pressure exceeds the tensile strength of the concrete breaks concrete. The water jet can be not used only for a cutting straight line, but also contour a useful features of cutting access manholes. Here are the diagram of thermal lensing and sewing method. A thermal lensing is created by packing a seamless mild steel tube with low carbon rods and passing oxygen through the tube. The second point is while the method eliminates vibration and dust problem, it creates other hazard associated with the smoke and fire danger. Whether sewing, jetting and lensing is used to dismantling the structure or its components, each elements must be safely lowered on the ground. Let us discuss about the advantage and disadvantage for dismantling method. Advantage of dismantling method. Dismantlement of building component especially for use, recycle and waste management. The second point is reducing disposal cost where waste collection, hauling or disposal is supported by the tax base. Third is the building component that are dismantled will need to be stored in a secure, dry location. This will protect them from water damage and theft. Let us talk about the disadvantage of dismantling method. The amount of time and cost of labor are the main drawbacks. Harvesting material from a structure can be take weeks, whether demolition may be completed in roughly a day. Toxic waste such as asbestos, sheet and lead point have no resale value, so they are discarded. Let us talk about pneumatic and hydraulic breaker. A common piece of equipment used for demolished bridge, decks, foundation of pavement is hydraulically or pneumatically operated. Boom mounted breakers. The advantage of machine mounted breakers may include a telescopic booms for easy reach and remote control. Operations and underwater demolition capabilities or some of the smaller remote control machine can be lifted through window opening and used inside the building to demolish the floor and walls. Productivity can vary greatly depending on hammer size, type of concrete, amount of reinforcing and working conditions. Let us talk about the another main important point is that pressure bursting. Pressure bursting can be used in case where relatively quiet, dust free, controlled demolition is preferred. Both mechanical and chemical pressure bursting split the concrete either with a splitting machine operations on hydraulic pressure provided by the motor in case of mechanical bursting, or through the inserting of expansive sludge into the predetermined pattern of boreholes in a case of chemical bursting. The split concrete is then easily removed either by hand or by crane. Both methods work by applying lateral force against the inside of holes drilled into the concrete. Let us talk about advantage and disadvantage of pressure bursting method. The first one is advantage. The hydraulic breakers have tremendous power output, also means they are most power efficient, getting the most work of the available energy. Second is that a properly used and maintained hydraulic machine can last for the long time. The third is a pneumatic breaker are simpler tools with fewer moving parts, requiring less maintenance. Let us talk about the disadvantage part. They require power, fuel or battery for their work. They tend to be the most expensive types. They require an external power source. Let us talk about the another main important point is that explosive demolition method for building structure. Explosion method of building demolition. Impulsion is the process of demolition of a building using explosives. If the supports of the building are removed, the structure collapses using impulsive technique. The main supports of the building such as column, beam and slab are fixed with explosive. When these explosives are detonated, the column collapses and so it is the structure. Depending how the structure falls, there are two types of impulsion. The first is a falling like a tree. In this type of impulsion, the building made to fall like a tree to the side wall. This is the commonly used type of impulsion. When free space is available beside the building, this type of demolition is prescribed. If the free space is available on the left side of building, the explosive are set on the lower level of the building on the left side of column. As explosives are detonated, the column burst and the building tend to fall toward the left side. Steel cables are tied to building to control the falling direction of the building. Let us discuss the second part, that is falling into its own footprint. When the free space are not available around the building and the structure around the building are to the protected. This type of demolition is explosive are set to the floor below the middle point of the building. This explosive are to the heavy as the explosion must demolish the building at once. If one part blast and following by other, then the building fall towards the first blasted part. So, only less companies in the world are experienced in this type of demolition or the explosive are detonated. The upper parts of building destroyed and fall upon the lower building due to the heavy load and force. The lower part of the building also collapse and fall on footprint. Let us talk about the another main important point, that is demolition checklist. First point is the before demolition. The important is the site location. Identify site location, neighboring condition, adjoining building, slope and retaining walls. Identifying special site restriction such as the designed schedule area, specific restriction on the time of operation, limiting on the noise and vibration, etc. Identify impact on special building adjacent to the site which may be affected by the demolition project, such as hospital and other occupants that is sensitive to noise, vibration and dust and other produced by the demolitions. The second point is that project site and building structure to be demolished. Identify the building structure to the demolished, verify dimension of the site, building setbacks and available working space. Identify holding cover walk requirement, Verify the dimension of building such as overall building height, headroom of floors and building footprints. The third point is safety measures. The requirements of covered walkway and catch platform for pedestrians protection. The requirement of catch fence if necessary, temporary supports and branching for any weaker structure. Protection of vehicular and pedestrian traffic adjustment to site. Supports and adjust retaining wall and or slope. With this, we will end our today's lecture here. Thank you for your patience and we will meet in our next lecture. Thank you.